Hey Kinfolk, so today I am going to review this knife. I just got off of eBay. It's a really interesting looking knife. It's a fire starter and it's a knife. So this part is soft enough for it to be a fire starter, and of course this is hard enough to do what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to stress test it, see if it'll do what I want it to do. I want to make some kindling off of it. So the whole thing's about 4 inches long, and it'd be perfect for a little neck knife. We can make it a little sheath for it, because it didn't come with a sheath. It also didn't come very sharp, but that's fine. I can work with it. I don't want to waste a bunch of time sharpening it if it can't handle, me battening it to make kindling. So choke up on it. Kind of pry on it. Come on. So continuing to have microphone troubles, I am here doing some post-production audio and narration of what I'm doing. I'm just continuing to abuse the knife, trying to get it to break, and it just won't break. So I'm stabbing it into a crack and prying the piece loose that I was trying to batten, and the blade is continuing to hold up. One note is that it's a bit hard on the hands. It's hard to get a grip on it, and it's hard to do real work because of how little of the handle is there. And I'm trying to make some feather sticks, and the initial edge that I got with the knife just wasn't strong enough. I can understand why it was as dull as it was, because you're shipping this across the country, and you don't want it just cutting through packaging and slipping out and hurting somebody. And likewise, when you're opening the packet, you don't want to get this thing falling out and cutting you. So it makes sense. And it really didn't take me long to put an edge on it after this little clip. Yeah, so far so good. This knife is really holding up to the abuse and the pressure. One note is that the knife doesn't really feel well in the hand. There's not much handle, and the edges are a little rough on the hands. So when you're trying to do some forceful work to it, it just kind of rubs against your hands a bit. But that's the name of the game when you're dealing with a 4-inch knife. So here I am testing the fire striker portion of this knife. So I got my flint and I've got my char cloth there. And it came with not with this flint, it came with another one. And I thought that was pretty nice. I included that. So keep in mind that getting sparks to fly on any flint and steel is always difficult. It's not that it's not producing sparks, it's just that those sparks aren't landing and getting that char cloth hot enough to actually start a fire. But as you can see, it worked like a charm. Eventually I got a spark to land, and here I am trying to get a fire started. Now it rained for like 24 hours straight, so everything is wet and very difficult to get lit. And this test isn't about me being able to start a fire with this knife. It's if it can actually produce sparks that I could catch onto char cloth. But the knife isn't tested by how well I can start a fire after a rain. It's tested how well I can get a spark going, and it did that pretty well. So here I am with my final and most difficult test. I'm trying to make a little cup out of a piece of cedar. And so I'm just, augering it out as best I can. And I did pretty well. I mean, I did this for like 2 hours, and I got about 2 inches into the thing here, as you can see. And it's a soft wood, And again, it was a little difficult to get a handle around that. 3 inches of handle on a skinny little handle like that, it just wasn't enough. However, I got a little piece of, oh yeah, and I did sharpen it, and it stayed sharp after 2 hours of using it to auger through a piece of cedar. And it's just a great little knife. I only paid like $35 for it, and it's a D&B Primitive Forge Works. So yeah, here's the website, and yeah, check them out. Ask them to make you one of these. There's only one of these left as the making of this video, but yeah, check him out, see if he'll make you another one. And yeah, I hear he's pretty reasonable to work with online, so hit him up. Another great benefit of having that little hook on the end is that I was able to use my cloak ring, my cloak pennant, to get in there and use it as a lever, and I could press down on it and really get into that cup to turn around, get more leverage on it. And it was easier on my hands to do it. So I can easily just go find a piece of wood that fits in there and strong enough to deal with the torque that I'm going to put on it. And I could probably make faster work of making a cup or doing any kind of augering with it or carving. So yeah, overall I just love this little knife, and it's just such a great little knife for very little money. And most people don't carry around knives, and they really should. And it's just, you could, you know, whittle on the off times when there's not any battles or role play going down, and it just adds a level of immersion and life to the game that you are playing. So I highly encourage you to grab one. It's such a low investment for a lot of benefit. Well, nerds, that's all I got for you. I'm going to send you home with a be humble, be helpful, and be honorable. Thanks for watching.